Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I'm talking about Blade of the Samurai by Susan Spann. This is from Minotaur Books. There you go, Minotaur Books. This is the second shinobi mystery out of 8 so far. And so our main character is Hiro Hitori, make sure I have that correct, who is a shinobi, which is a ninja, and he's undercover essentially. He's been assigned as he's the translator for this Jesuit priest Mateo, but he's actually Mateo's bodyguard. But he's seen as everyone around him sees him. He's just a ronin, a masterless samurai, looked down upon. In this book, he gets a late night, early morning visit from an acquaintance, Kazu, who says that Kazu's boss has been murdered with Kazu's dagger. He didn't do it. He needs help proving his innocence, getting out of town, getting out of Kyoto. And at first, Hiro doesn't want to help. And he knows, and I believe we learn immediately, that Kazu is also part of the Ryu shinobi clan and is undercover in Kyoto, in the Shogun's palace, in the shogunate. So anyway, things happen. Father Mateo is asked to investigate the crime because a year ago, he solved another murder. That's in the first book. And so Father Mateo agrees to do it, and he must bring along his translator, Hiro, and so they're investigating, and it's a murder mystery. I think I've covered enough of a nutshell for you. So right off the bat, I love the setting. It is, let me see if 1565, June 1565 in Japan. It's, samurai, geisha, a shogun, an emperor, the classes, and yes, there's some ugly things that go on here, but fictionally speaking, it's fascinating, and these actually remind me very much of either a Sherlock Holmes or maybe I should say Arthur Conan Doyle, because I'm going to say Agatha Christie. Go with the author's names, not the detectives' names. In that, we have, it's a very traditional, at its core, a very traditional mystery. Hiro and Father Mateo, but mainly Hiro, they go into the Shogun's compound and investigate. They're questioning suspects, and there's a lot of red herrings. There are people lying to cover themselves. There are people lying to cover other people. There are people accusing other people. It's very reminiscent to me of, as I said, a good Arthur Conan Doyle mystery, a good Agatha Christie mystery, and we, the reader, also have, I don't think they ever actually tell us so far in the first or second books, why Hiro has been assigned to be a bodyguard for the priest, or who has hired him, or who has hired the clan to have somebody fulfill this position. So there's sort of that ongoing thing. But within this whole mystery, this sort of traditional feeling mystery, we have the 1565 Japanese culture. And so you have the caste system, and you have the samurai and the upper class, and you have the peasants and the lower classes, and the societal rules that dictate how they behave. And Father Mateo, who may or may not know all the rules, may get away with breaking them because he's a foreigner, he's Portuguese. Maybe he's breaking them because he doesn't know any better, but it's also possible he knows he's breaking them and can get away with it. I like the dynamic between Hiro and Father Mateo, and Anna, the maid at Father Mateo's house, and he's got a cute little cat named Gato. And the characters we meet along the way. There are the characters that you're kind of hoping they had something to do with it. They're going to get punished. And then there are the characters that you hope nothing bad is going to happen to. And it's just like the first one, maybe even more so now that I'm more familiar with the characters. I really, really enjoyed the mystery of it, the societal 1565 Japanness of it, and there is some political give and take. There's the whole, Hiro can only do so much because he can't blow his cover. And who did it? Why was it done? The typical mystery. You've got to find the motive. You've got to find someone who had the means and the opportunity. And as I said, there are plenty of red herrings. I really, really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 out of 5. On Goodreads, 4.5 is what I'm going to go with. It's not a perfect book, but it's damn good. I really, really liked it. I do have all 8 in the series, and I'm going to have to try not to wait so long in between reading them. 1, because it did take a little bit of time for me to slip back into the world, but 2, because they're so enjoyable. And I do think from reading, as I get the books, I read the back cover copy or the inside flap, and I do think the essence is going to change a little bit. Some of them seem as if they're more than just like a mystery, like an Agatha Christie type mystery. May get into more of a thriller thing. I don't know. I haven't read them yet, but I definitely am going to. Blade of the Samurai, a shinobi mystery by Susan Spann, 4.5 out of 5. If you're a mystery fan, if you're a fan of fiction set in 16th century Japan, Minotaur books, showing you the logo there. I highly, highly recommend it. I don't remember who recommended these books to me. I feel like J.H. Moncrief might have mentioned them years ago. I can't say. Someone on social media mentioned these books. I checked out the first one and picked up the rest. And maybe you'll find yourself doing the same. That is it. That's all I have to say about Blade of the Samurai by Susan Spann. 4.5 stars. I don't really have a question for this video. I've asked what types of settings people would like to see mysteries in, or what type of occupations people would like to see, what occupations people might have that could lead to them solving mysteries. So I've kind of covered all of that. So I'm just gonna let this one go. No question for this particular video. But if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. The one thing I won't do is tell you who did it. Anything else I suppose I could spoil. I'm not going to tell you who the killer is. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, My Twitter is at Ronan5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH5757. That's all I've got for you. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.